Shalom, shalom, shalom. Giving all the praise, honor, and infinite glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well and who I learn from daily. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered across the four corners of the earth. You Israelite foreigners like unto a speckled bird. Shalom to you, sincere Akim, that's on the highways and byways, doing lessons and videos, week in and week out in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you, sincere Akwaf, who's listening in silence as the scriptures command you to do so. This is your brother Isaiah Allah back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Lord willing, I hope this is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. And we got a report on this. You brothers and sisters have to check this out. And this is coming. And it's real soon, because what's today? Today's the 2nd. And so this is going to come into effect across all the states. All right. And I believe it's starting in Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. But the video is going to explain itself. Okay. And this is uploaded by the beloved brother Arrows of Indignation 144. And he posts a lot of different clips for brothers to do lessons on. So subscribe to be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. And so we're going to play this clip. And we'll just get a couple of a precept or two, and then that'll be the lesson. But listen to this.
So I posted a video the other day about that new touch law and said that this is bad, that this is coming to more than just Pennsylvania, that once this happens, this is going to be hard to control, that this is absolutely going to be abused by the police. Well, as of this morning, look what just came out. Hands off. 31 states where drivers face touch laws fined up to $450 if hands are in the wrong place, and it applies at red lights. So what this law is basically saying that is, if your hands aren't on the steering wheel at all times, the cop is going to be in the right to give you a ticket for a touch law, saying that you had the opportunity to be distracted because both hands, or however many hands, were not on that steering wheel. And it doesn't matter what you're going to be messing with inside of that car, whether you're driving or whether you're sitting still. If a cop sees you with your hands off of that steering wheel, he can write you a ticket for up to $450 for distracted driving. Right there. Give me some likes and comments. Have a great day, America.
Hands off. Drivers face touch law. No touching your cell phone while driving. Now, I got a problem with this, because it says right here, 31 states where drivers face touch law fines of up to $450 if hands are in the wrong place, and it applies at red lights. And they just didn't finish the sentence. The states are Alabama, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Oregon, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia. Now let's talk about this. So let me get this right. My hands aren't at 10 and 2, and I drive a manual, and now all of a sudden I'm in trouble because my hands aren't at 10 and 2. And a lot of people like me are one-handed drivers. I always drive with one hand. Unless I'm on a bridge or in really tight traffic, I've got one hand on the wheel. My other one's on the, edge of my seat, sitting there on the armrest. I don't drive with two hands. How many people drive with two hands all the time? So now they can use that as a reason to pull you over and possibly ticket you for cell phone use without actually seeing you, just because your hands are in a suspicious location. I would find that hard to prove. But then again, a lot of times you're guilty until proven innocent. And it's supposed to be the other way around, isn't it?
See, I like that he said that. Even though that's an Edomite, you're guilty until you prove it. Until you're proven innocent. Sometimes it's the other way around. This is Babylon the Great. This is America. This is how the unrighteous rulers push forth things. And as you can see, no touch law coming into effect June 5th. And like you said, a lot of people, they do drive with just one hand. But now this is the system, the beast system being established right in front of your eyes. And increasingly getting worse and worse with the unrighteous decrees and the unrighteous laws that they're going to push forth, because that's what Esau's whole MO is. He's going to have total control and wants to establish, all right, a more draconian measure of government, man, with his unrighteous laws and his unrighteous decrees. And that's going to come down hard on the people, man. As the scriptures say in Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And so the wicked being in rulership, all right, that and they're not in mourning, because this devil is coming up with some crazy laws, man. And they're only going to increasingly get even crazier the times that we're in at the downfall of this devil's kingdom, man. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And that's exactly what Esau, Edom, the so-called white nation, has done. This is just another form of an unrighteous decree. All right, to make it where you have to have a certain position. You have to be like 10 and 2 at the steering wheel at all times, even at the red light. You can't move. You can't shift it or anything of that nature. This devil knows that people ain't gonna really do that shit. That's the whole purpose, man. And then charging them that ticket, I think I said $450 if I'm not mistaken. And so these cops, they about to have a field day with this shit. Akim and Aqua, a field day. I was just meditating and I was like, they're gonna be all on these people's asses, bro, because it's just another way for Esau to take in more money to fund their new world order hegemony, man. All right, and to meet their quotas. They're going to meet their quotas with this. This devil has he spit like it says in Revelation chapter 13. He speaks as a lamb, spoken like a lamb, like two horns like a lamb, but spake as a dragon, which is talking about the two-party systems. Let me get that really quick, because that's exactly like what this is, man. They talk smooth, like they proceed to be smooth for you, like they're on your side, but then they come up with unrighteous decrees and laws like this, man. And that's why people are lashing out more, even their own. They don't care about their own people, man. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. All right. Those two horns like a lamb is the two-party systems. You got the Democrats and the Republicans. Right now, the Republicans are in control with Donald Duck, which is Donald Trump. But it's all the same. It's literally the same animal with like two horns on the same animal. They're all on the same side. They all work for the elites, and they all speak that draconian voice. They push forth their legislations. They push forth their laws, their decrees for mischievous ways, man. In order to set up their iniquity, to push forth their agenda. That's all they're going to continuously do, man. These are the Edomites. All right, and it's all the revised Roman Empire all over again, man. That's it. All right, because the next verse talks about that. All right, let's actually just read it in verse 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwelt therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And the deadly wound was healed was the Roman Empire, man. We're in the Rome 2.0 all over again. It was healed during the Renaissance. All right, and it's been living ever since. That's exactly what's happening here. Now they just don't give a shit no more. They're coming hard now with these laws, man. Okay, and as we understand, as the officer is, so as the king is, so as his officers. Let's get that real quick. It's in the book of Proverbs, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
I had a lot of fun making a realistic cake last year myself. So I figured that it's about time to make another human.
Thought that.
AKA Mr. Beast.
Maybe send the apocrypha.
One of the people leading this effort with TCs.
Bear with me for one moment, bro. Akim and Aqua. I'm just looking for the scripture. Never seen the apocrypha. Let me see.
Popular YouTubers going. His videos are full of stunts and he gives away all kinds of money, cars, houses. It's pretty phenomenal. In some of his more popular
Yeah, Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So you got from top all the way down, Esau, Edom's government, they're all on one accord. All right, they may have a division in a lot of different areas because the kingdom divided is not going to stand, and this kingdom is not going to stand because they do have divisions in a lot of things. But with this type of bill, you see how they pushed it out so quick. They were all in agreement on this one. Why? Why? Because it's for profit. They're gonna bring in more money. Okay, that's all it's about because it's gonna continue, like it's gonna push forth for them to be able to fund other areas that they need to fund. And so these officers, because the head judge right now being Trump underneath the elite banking families, and now the officers, they're all for it, man. They're all for it. They see things like this and they jump for joy. To put it plain and simple, man. Okay. So now we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see how this how the throne of iniquity, how far this is gonna go, because this is a poor judgment that this government is pushing out on the people, man. This is crazy, and the wrong judgment is continuously being pushed out, man. Continuously. Let's get one more scripture. And that's why we need YAHAWASHI, man. We need a righteous government and a righteous body, because it's getting crazier now. Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 3. Why doest thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doeth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore, wrong judgment proceedeth. All right, and we're seeing that right now. This is an example of that. The true law, which is the words, law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, aren't being pushed out in the earth. Esau has made up his own agenda, his own laws. Therefore, that's why you're seeing the people mourning consistently all over the internet. All right, and there's going to be probably more clips of people coming out complaining about that type of law. All right, it's ridiculous, man. But this is your rulers. These are your rulers and these are your judges. All right, and they have no care for the poor people. They have no care about what they do with their laws. Actually, let me just get one more. It just came to me through the spirit. Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. So you see that? So those are dangerous animals, man. Ruthless animals that tear you to shreds, man. A lion and a bear. You don't want to get caught in those. And that's exactly how Esau runs his government, man. Like a lion and a bear. That's in attack mode consistently, man. All right? There's no righteousness in what he does. I like this in the NLT. Proverbs 28 and 15 in the NLT. A wicked ruler is as dangerous to the poor as a roaring lion or an attacking bear. Point blank, period. All right. So we'll see where this goes and where this leads. Giving all the praise, honor, and infinite glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles, elders, a great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect.